Hello traders, good morning everyone, and welcome to this live trading webinar. It's great to have you all you on board today. I see many people join us so far. How are you guys doing? Great, awesome. So as usual, we start with our risk rewarding, and simply this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide trading or investment advice or personal recommendation. As usual, on Mondays, we have our weekly fundamental analysis in the format of podcast. But yesterday, due to the Labor public holiday, I will record it today. So in few hours, you will be able to access it. And last one, to make sure everyone already downloaded the mobile application on your devices. So let's move on with our calendar. Let me just bring it up. There it is. And the calendar had the interest rate event today, early morning in Australia. The Reserve Bank of Australia increased surprisingly the interest rate, and from 3.6% to 3.85%. That's well beyond the forecast expectation. Therefore, the market rally higher, and we will have a look on the charts in a while. In a while also we'll have the consumer confidence in Switzerland. Later, the inflation rate in the Eurozone that affects, of course, the euro, 6.9%, that was previously expected to rise to 7%. As you already know, when the inflation rate increases, it's good for the currency, but on the other hand, for consumers is not favorable. Also, the inflation rate in Italy, that will also affect the euro move, of course. And with the New York Open, the job opening, JOLTS, 9.93 million expected to drop to 9.775 millions. Premium Analytic portal and the headlines for today so far. Treasury Chief Janet Yellen says US risks default as soon as June 1st without debt ceiling increase. The US is winning listings from the UK. Here's how investors can benefit. Investors sue Adidas over Kanye West collaboration. Russia missiles seek to erode Ukraine's air defense. Ernst & Young breakup plan is really dead. SoftBank's ARM confidentially files for massive IPO. And Israeli startups struggle to raise money amid political turmoil, global downturn. Guys, it's worth reading some of these articles really, because not only about trading but also about getting some information of what's happening in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, please make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube channel here at Admirals. Let me just explain you what can you find here. Trading Spotlight, you can find all recording webinars from Paul, Jens, and myself. Alexander Elder webinars here about stocks, and of course the live trading we do here. I will make sure everyone has the link. Also the Instagram page here at Admirals Global. Thank you so much for your engagement. We believe there is too much value out of this content we put out, and of course the Telegram channel where you can reply to posts, you can make comments, and that's an absolutely magnificent way of communication as well. Now let's move with the MetaTrader platform. Good morning, Mohammed. US oil USD, definitely. Why you don't come yesterday? I'm waiting but not see you. Mohammed, yesterday was a public holiday, a Labor Day, and in many countries we didn't work. Cherry, good morning. Mr. Carlos, good morning. Rumen, good morning all. Larry, good morning. Theo Darshan, Australian dollar had done almost a double bottom on 4 hour last Friday. Was a good long from there. Well done. USD JPY is on fire again. Are you still holding, Darshan, the USD yen? Neven, good morning. Comor, nobody ever respond on the Telegram. Are you posting underneath the live trading? Guys, please make sure on Telegram when you post something, just post it underneath the live trading sessions. That's the only one I try to keep an eye on most of the time. So let's move on. Pound US dollar, we reached this area of resistance and the market is finding some struggle here, although remember we're still in an uptrend. We are not in a downtrend. If we're gonna look for short, we have to be mindful and understand that this market is making higher highs and higher lows. Now, if we go to a lower time frame, if we trade the 4 hour on the 1 hour chart, yes, we see these lower highs and lower lows here, but understand that in the long run, it's a part of a major uptrend. Right now, I'm waiting for the market to pull back a little bit. If it finds some support around this uptrend line, I will be looking to buy. If not, and it's going to break to the upside, still looking for bullish. Euro US dollar appearing with some weakness, the euro, in the last couple of sessions on the daily chart. The market created this bearish inside candle. We are still at the 21 moving average. Therefore, we look for some reversals if we want to buy. How I used to trade before the bullish engulfing setups, when I see the market take the low of the previous daily candle, I was always placing a buy order above the open or the high of the previous candle. That's the open and that's the close traders, okay? don't think that that's the close, that's the open, because it's a bearish candle. So still bullish on this one, but now I'm on the sidelines because I have to see some clarity, some reversal price action, or if this candle was had a smaller range, I will be definitely looking to put a pending order there. Australian dollar, US dollar, I got a loss on this one because I had, no, that was the 4-hour chart. No, that's another one. That's not the one I had a loss. I will show you the pair I had a loss. This one here, we said that we closed. Let me show you. I don't know if you had, but I had a pending order here to get filled on Thursday. If I'm correct, it was on Thursday, or I think so, it was on Thursday, to get filled if the market retraced before the completion of this bearish candle and retrace to get me into this point here. But the market came all the way and touched the daily and touched pretty much the daily support. So after this reversal, it was 3.8 pips, give it or take, let's say 4 pips before it touched the end of the zone. So I canceled the pending order because the market didn't retrace prior it touches the support, the zone. Now I put it as an accurate pinpoint on the price. So the market now, it transited, and that's the daily one. We have 1, 2. We have 1, 2 points. That's the third. 4-hour double bottom. Darshan, where is the double bottom? I don't see any double bottom. What I see here, it's a kind of non-failure swing. The market made a low here. It bounced up to this point. Then it made a lower low. We had some bearish divergences here. Prices made lower low. RSI made higher low. Bearish divergence, reversal price action right at this support zone. That will be good for a counter trend trade. Then price spiked with a higher high on this time frame. So buyers are in control, retrace back to the moving averages or to the FIB 50%, a nice impulse bullish candle, and the market is on the run. Now we are at this trend line resistance. We do expect some retracement, but we don't know how long it's gonna last for. And why we are not rushed to buy right now. The buying activity was right here. Now we are not in a rush to buy simply because we came at an area of resistance. And at areas of resistance, as retail traders, we better be a bit patient. That was a good example also on the 4-hour chart on how can you read the higher time frames and go to the lower time frames if you have the time availability to trade them. Next one, the Kiwi and the US dollar. I don't like this anymore because the price spent too much time around these averages, this resistance. It didn't sell off instantly. Very clear. Remember, we had in our plan to trade this price action set up from this, any reversal price action set up actually from this point of support. The market is still on the run. We are approaching this, that was the first resistance. This one here is where the market can find some struggle and reverse. So still bullish for another 30 pips. USD Canadian dollar. This inside resistant, hold the price below with this false breakout. Now that's not valid anymore because we have more than 2 interactions. A fib retracement will be good to help. Here we are at the 38.2, here it's the 50, here it's the 61.8. Price can reverse from this point at any time. Nice trend development, trend continuation on the euro against the Japanese yen. It broke to the upside. The next area of resistance, really an ultimate target, it's the 170. $170 is the ultimate target. As I said many times, it's a bit difficult to use the MetaTrader for charting. So here is the 156.89. I will round it to 157 to have round numbers. So nice break to the upside. Daily chart, we are in this impulse move on the daily. We can wait for some retracement and we can get involved to the upside if the price stops and reverse at this broken area, or if it comes to this area of support that now becomes an inside support. Very strong areas the market can reverse to. Same with the pound JPY. Although with the pound we are at this area of resistance, so we have to wait and see if the market will retrace. Sorry guys, I haven't checked the chat for a while. Yes, respond. Hi Theo, how many points do you need to build a trend line? Diego, there are, and for everyone, there are two types of trend lines we call this, the tentative trend line and the valid trend line. Here is the answer. For any line to be drawn, you need to have 4 touches. You need to have 2 touches. But for a trend line, the name says trend line. It shows the trend. If the trend is up, we need to have a higher high and a higher low. So we need to have, this is the 1 point, that's the second, that's the third. So the first and the third are used to draw a trend line, and the fourth has to be a higher than the previous high, than the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These make a tentative trend line. If we have a third touch at the trend line, a third touch here, that gonna makes the trend line valid. In total, that's gonna be the 5th point in the drawing, but it's going to be the third point to validate this trend line. Australian dollar, of course, now we are bullish because we have a higher high. Now, if we draw a trend line here, what do we have? We have one, we have second, we don't count this one because we took this swing to draw the trend line. So 1, 2, 3 points, the 1 and the 3 are used to create the trend line, and the fourth made a higher than the previous high, so it's a tentative trend line. Therefore, we're going to be looking for retracements to make this trend line valid and to buy from this trend line. Be mindful of this inside support. It can act as, it can cause bounces on the pullback. Why it's an inside support? An inside support, it's an area on the chart that the left two candles and the right, on the left there are maximum 2 candles away from this point, and on the right only once the price penetrated the trend line, the support. So at this point here, the left 2 candles, they don't interact with this high, and if we look on the right, there is only one penetration, and it's this breakout. Therefore, this become very strong area of support if the price is going to retrace. We're going to look to buy the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. On the 4-hour chart, though, any small cycles, this is not a good trend line, but if we use this impulse, doesn't look nice to me. So any small retracements, any shallow pullbacks can be used to initiate long positions. Same on the New Zealand JPY. We overcome this area of resistance here, and we have strong impulse candles broke above this area. It came with massive momentum and touched this resistance now. So it looks like the move is over. Where they were high probabilities opportunities, it was around this time area, and that was yesterday. And also that was yesterday, and 2 days ago it was this. Yeah, today it's the second, that's the first. Sorry, both of them, they were yesterday around the Tokyo session and around the New York session on the 1-hour chart for price action activity. So the move now, it looks like it came to an end. What we are looking is a break above this area of resistance. The next area of resistance now is this one here. Why I'm not marking this, if you noticed, I don't put this as an inside resistance now, because if we look at the left, yes, we are clear from the first 2 candles prior this candlestick. But if we look at the right, we want 1 penetration, and here we have 2. We can see 2 penetrations. The first, it's this candle, and the second is this candle. So it's not a valid inside resistance, this one. And a valid resistance now, it's the high of this candle. You need 2 points to draw the trend line, and the third point to trade off the trend line. It's been a while that the Swiss against the Japanese yen, it's on the run. We had this break above this area of resistance, and now we are moving higher with a higher high. Another retracement can help for some more longs. Canadian dollar, also this made a higher high. We can mark it on the chart. That's the weekly chart though. That's our recent high. So the next one is this area of resistance. We have this room to move. If we go down to the daily chart, there is plenty of room. We can start looking at the 4 hours, 1 hour chart to capitalize on this move. Euro against the Canadian dollar. Daily chart. Up. This higher high, if you can check the MACD, there are bearish or negative divergences. Higher high on the price and lower high on the indicator that give us a warning of the move, of the bullish move. It's over. Now the price retraced. Here it's a nice inside support. We had only one penetration, and on the right, and only we don't have any interaction from the 2 candles at the left. So we can use this to look for buys. Diego, thank you. Theo, I love you. Thank you so much. It's good to see you understand everything here, guys. If you are drawing something is not showing, I don't. Yes, thank you, Cherry, for the comment. Guys, I don't use any drawing tool today because I use the OBS to stream this webinar. I tried to use it many times as well, but most of the times it was stuck in the middle and I had to change. Now I need to find a drawing tool, of course. If you have in mind any drawing tool for the screen, you can put it on the chat box so I can try it. It's 9:58. Let's go to check our DAX for some scalping activity. DAX 40. Come on, why you do this, DAX? You see, I didn't like to see this move just 2 minutes before the open. Before the open, we want to see ideally retracement. We want, if the price moves up, we want to see some red candles on the screen. Because now, if you draw the FIB extension tool, and really I make it very, very to the extreme, the 161.8, it's here. It's about 17 points, which is great, not bad at all. But the market, is it gonna shoot in one go and take that 161.8, or if we're gonna take this swing, maybe the market it's gonna test it and retrace. I will throw some Bollinger Band here just to check what the market is doing. Yeah, here we are at this edge. So based on the Bollinger Band, we are the price is ranging, bearish engulfing, pushing lower. Here is the 161. I didn't put any order, guys, here today, sorry. The reason I didn't, because if I wanted to buy, I would like to have a buy stop above a swing high, but it wasn't. The market didn't show any swing high. Now to sell, it has to be below here, and trust me, this 45 points move, it's not very ideal. Really, the market is not showing us any ideal market conditions that it's going to make it easy for us to trade it. The only thing I can risk here is if I say that, okay, now we are in higher high, and to buy the 61.8 and wait for the market to let's see this 1 minute candle, how it's going to end. Consolidation of the 1 hour chart doesn't really help. Extreme impulse move to the downside. Bollinger Bands, they didn't explode the edges, therefore we don't see any strong move to the downside. Yeah, so here it was the best entry at the 61.8. I didn't put any order, but if you guys put any order here, more than 10 pips, 10 points. So yeah, that will be good. Anyway, on the daily chart, we have this hammer after the range. FTSE, hammer on the 21 moving average. Dow Jones, we have this reversal. It's still no, it's kind of ranging now, but we don't have a second point of reference to see where the market it's gonna range, it's gonna reverse. DAX will go up only after 12 news. All right, new Nasdaq, higher high with strong divergence here that can cause a pause in this move. If you start from here, the price made higher high and it made another higher high, and on the indicator it made a lower high, and in this move to the upside it made another lower high. This is this shows weakness in every time the market is register higher prices. The momentum shows to be reduced. Therefore, we understand the price is not that strong to the upside. We lack of momentum. S&P 500 are around this area of resistance, and this stock 50 also, if we put the indicators, MACD, we will clearly see another divergence here, higher high and lower high. If we take it from this point, it looks like, oh, sorry, come on. If we take it from this point, higher high, and as you can see, we have lower high in the price, and it gets reduced and reduce the momentum. Now, let's finish with the currencies. Mohammed, what if we're scalping on gold is good because has a lot of move? Yes, no doubt about that. Euro CHF, it gapped down today and it pushed it made a higher high here. Euro New Zealand, this sharp trend line, guys, here it's a good thing. This is the way I draw the trend line here. This is a tentative trend line. We have 1 point, 2 points to draw the trend line. We have a higher high. You see this high is higher than this high. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We can name this trend line tentative trend line, but it broke to the downside, so we didn't have any positions to initiate. Also, this one, it's a nice tentative trend line, and if the market comes here, we're going to have a valid trend line. We have 1 point, 2 points, we draw the trend line, but from this point, after the point 1 and after the point 3, the market made a higher high, so we can keep this as a tentative trend line. This one, this is, look, for me to start shorting, I need to see the 4-hour chart to make, as it made the lower low, a retracement here, a pullback. We will see another very nice tentative trend line here. Somewhere price action rejection here, it will be good to look for some shorts. Euro pound within this consolidation, nothing. So today, Australian dollar very strong, Japanese yen very weak. Focus could be on the Australian dollar in general. The gold, we wait to see a break below this. Now, traders, this is not a trend line. This is a line we use to map the market. That's not a trend line. We don't have any trend here to draw a trend line, okay? We have a potential head and shoulder pattern. Therefore, I use this line to draw the neckline. WTI on the daily chart, we are around the 50%, just a little bit above the 50% retracement, but the market didn't explode higher. It didn't continue this higher high from this bullish candle. We don't know if it's going to continue higher. Silver, that screaming for short, the silver here, based on this candle at this resistance, double top. That's a double top one, clear double top. If we break below this area, of course we're gonna look to target somewhere here. That's the minimum target. Keep this in your charts if you want. Cooper, I bought here, stop loss is below there because of this double bottom and the bullish divergences. So let's see if the market is going to keep rallying. Bitcoin, yesterday it sold off. It starts showing some weakness here on the momentum indicator, so we expect to see some more weakness. And I think we cover everything today. We stretch it a little bit beyond, but that's fine. We had the time this morning. Hi Theo, when are we progressing with trading view? Look, we are at the final stage. It's not that we pause it, it's we are still working on that. The teams, they are doing their best, but it needs time. As I told you from the beginning of this year, somewhere in the second quarter, so I believe somewhere in June, July, if not earlier, I hope in the next couple of months it's going to be ready. So traders, at this point I would like to say a very big thank you for your participation and for your engagement. I hope you gain a lot of value out of these webinars. I wish you to have happy trading for the rest of the day, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. From me and Admirals, we want to wish you to have a lovely day. Bye bye.